proud that we were once a student of this school. So the title of the paper I'm going to present is Surveying the Basis for Any Meaningful Societal Development. The quest of man since inception is to find ways of doing better, easier, faster, and cheaper activities that are necessary for his survival and thriving. So several activities are being carried out by man to discover and express himself, explore and exploit the environment, improve his life, and relate to his settlement. From the Stone Age to modern civilization, man has transformed his environment and consequently experienced stages of development aimed at benefiting himself and his future generation. When God created man, He expressly commanded him to be fruitful, multiply, have dominion over other creatures, and subdue the earth. So thus man became the manager and trustee of the earth, who will give account to the Creator at an appropriate time. This image potential made him develop practices, skills, tools, and technology that would aid him in fulfilling this divine mandate. And one of such practices is surveying. Moreover, man cannot live alone because he is a social being. His Creator made us understand this when He said, "It is not good for man to be alone." Man must live in a community that is a part of society. So society is an aggregate of people living together in an organized community. No society is stagnant as a result of man's desire to interact with one another. So man is a social animal. The impact of the interaction resulted in the development of the society. This development is defined by Ladder as an economic concept that involves the application of certain economic and technical measures to utilize available resources, to instigate economic growth, and improve people's quality of life. Also, Allow 1991 defines development as a multi-objective process designed to achieve, among others, the eradication of poverty and disease, the liberation of the individual, increased productivity within a balanced ecosystem, justice and equity, individual freedom and social security, cultural growth, and a stable society. Then, according to Armstrong, 1985, development, a basic prerequisite and criterion of development is the capability of a given society increasingly to use its resources of land, minerals, and manpower to feed its people, even in a situation of population growth. Therefore, societal development necessitates a process in which a society increases its various capital stocks, the total physical capital, across social, economic, and environment capital. The idea of societal development has often been connected with the idea of the progress and development of a people and a society. The term is synonymous with social development, which is about improving the well-being of every individual in society so they can reach their full potential. So, needless to say that the provision of services such as housing, transportation, running water, electricity, communication, security, land administration, education, tax administration, healthcare, waste management, population management, governance, administration of justice, credit administration, etc., contributes to the quality of life and well-being of an individual in the society. They have signed for one to the development of the society. So this paper is aimed at pointing out how surveying has facilitated the delivery of these services for meaningful societal development. However, this paper will not be able to cover all the areas of services that are mentioned, but I'm going to touch on 4 of them, and by the time I bring up, I try to let you see how surveying has impact on this service delivery. You will agree with me that for any meaningful development, surveying is the foundation. Now, in land administration, how does surveying contribute and helps us to be able to manage land? The land is a form of capital, and nevertheless, as land is a capital, land will remain dormant, not fulfilling the objective a capital should do if such a land does not have title document. And how do I know? For instance, if an individual wants to engage in agriculture to generate wealth, don't forget societal development, the end goal of societal development is to improve the well-being and the quality of life of an individual. So if that person wanted to generate wealth to better his life and contribute to the food security of the society, and he has access to that land, he could use the land, access to the land that he could use for the agricultural purpose, but he doesn't have the financial capital to purchase input, to hire machinery, and employ labor. He could use that land to obtain credit facility from financial institutions, and as such, he'll be able to finance all the necessary things he needed to carry out this exercise. However, such land must have a title document issued by government conferring its ownership on the individual. For ease of acquisition of land in Nigeria, the Land Use Act was enacted as a decree in 1978, which vested all land comprised in the territory of each state, except land vested in the federal government or its agency, solely in the governor of the state. So the governor of the state held all land of that state, except that of the federal government and the agencies of the federal government. He held it as a trustee for the people of the state. And he is responsible for allocation of land in all urban areas to individual residents in the state and to organizations for residential, agricultural, commercial, and other purposes. While similar powers concerning non-urban areas are conferred on local government. So lands within the urban area, the governor has the power to allocate, while those in non-urban area, the local government to allocate such land. Hence, the title document, which is legally acceptable to obtain credit facility, is the statutory right of occupancy granted by the governor in the case of urban area, or customary right of occupancy granted by local government in the case of a non-urban area. So, the survey plan of the land is germane to the process of obtaining these statutory right of occupancy. This is so because it gives an accurate measurement of a parcel of land, it describes the land, and also indicates where the land is located. Moreover, the system of land administration will only be effective and serve the purpose of improving the quality of life. You know that land is so much important that there is no one here seated here that can say he or she doesn't want to have anything to do with land. That means such a person is dead. In fact, we derive our existence from the land, and that is why during the burial service, especially those who are Christian, the priest will say, that means we were from the soil, and to soil we are going to return. So there is no one that land is not important to. So land to man is like the air we breathe. So for the land to improve the quality of life and well-being of individual and the society, the adoption of multi-purpose cadastral system will make it to be achievable. And this system includes interaction between the identification of land pursuits, registration of land rights, and it also supports the valuation and taxation of land and property, and the administration of present and possible use of land. So the system helps deliver the four functions of land tenure, value, use, and development, and to deliver sustainable development outcomes. So it suffices to say that surveying and geoinformatics are the backbone of a multi-purpose cadastral system. So that is the importance of surveying in land administration. Now, what about houses? Let's look at another thing that man cannot do without: housing. And how does surveying contribute to the provision of housing? Providing adequate shelter for the citizenry is one of the basic functions of government and an indication of development in a society. A society whereby every person, every individual has a good and quality shelter, such a society is a developed society, and that is why people who are going to develop world, Western world, we notice that provision of man cannot survive. In fact, in UK, they build houses for people to occupy, even though people are not yet occupying those houses, but they know that one day there will be people that will need such buildings. So they build them en masse so that there won't be deficit. So when people have a roof over their head, a bed, a quality one, they will be in the right frame of mind to be productive and thus improve their economy and that of the society in general. Now, the vast majority of the people in developed modern society have adequate and quality abode. Therefore, an indication of a developed society is access to quality housing. So, quoting Lena Fahon, United Nations Special Rapporteur on Housing, she said, being without a home is being without security, equality, freedom. House is where we as people develop and become capable of claiming and exercising all of our rights. It is a fundamental need of man. So as important as housing is to development, it cannot be delivered in quantity and quality. Notice, quantity and quality. Surveying does not only help deliver housing in mass, it also ensures that such housing units are of good quality, and you will see how. Without the engagement of surveying and geoinformatic technology and expertise, the quantity and quality of housing delivery would not be achievable. According to UNFA in 2017, Surveying, mapping, and GIS will facilitate the establishment of a housing management system. We can manage all types of housing information, which on the one hand can serve in the internal affairs of the housing authority. So surveying can help the authority concerned to know how many houses do we have? What is the population of people that need housing? Are we providing enough to meet the demand? And also, on the other hand, we can provide information services to provide decision-making basis for the implementation of urban management at all levels of government and its functional departments, such as urban planning, housing security, demolition, property management. So surveying can help in planning our cities, planning our environment, and also in management of this property. GPS, which is one technology that is used by surveyors, enables us to select the data collection and through the three-dimensional positioning of its coordinates. GPS technology can determine the structural shape of a building and analyze the complicated sharing calculation. So that's the capability of the technology of GPS, which surveyors use in order to get information on housing data. The application of this GPS technology provides an accurate database for the establishment of a housing database in the GIS environment. So this also proves to us that without surveying, delivery of adequate housing will be impossible. Now, how does surveying affect ICT, information and communication technology? Communication is integral for societal development. The world has become a global village due to increasing access to ICT. It has rapidly transformed the way we communicate and relate with each other. Today we have Facebook. You can talk to someone in New Zealand, even someone in Antarctica, Alaska, Russia, everywhere in the world, without living the room, which was not possible before. It also exposes us to large volume of information. Today on the internet, you can get information on anything. Anything you want information on, you can get it. This is the power of ICT. That will enhance personal and societal. Okay. Businesses and contractors can start cheaper and over a long distance without difficulties. It also enhances our capacity for prosperity, improved health and social interaction. With the ICT, internet, and the store, you can your level of prosperity is limitless. Today we have a cryptocurrency and some other stocks that are making people who don't have much capital, who don't even have land, who don't have connections to become wealthy. This is as a result of ICT. Today, there are online medical diagnoses, and without going to hospital or visit hospital, there are online doctors who can diagnose your ailment and recommend drugs that you need to use. So big data, Internet of Things, and cloud computing are the modern tools driving the rapid growth of the global economy and also solving societal problems, thereby making life easier and more comfortable. We now have self-driving cars and machines, artificial intelligence, etc. It is noteworthy that surveying technology also contributed greatly to these mind-blowing innovations. These technologies function based on locational data. So without locational data, these technologies wouldn't have been able to deliver the service they are being rendered for. For instance, a self-driving car has an inbuilt accurate map on its system. And so the inbuilt map that accurate map that is on the system of the self-driving car that enables the car to move from one place to another without any hindrance. And the infrastructural platforms upon which the technology function are installed with accurate locational data. This locational data are required through survey and mapping. So you see, for instance, laying of fiber optic cables that makes you to have access to the internet, the communication mask that enables your mobile phone to function. All these platforms are located based on locational data derived by surveyors. In 2010, I engaged in such a project whereby I had to determine the location of new masts that the communication company wanted to install within the city. And I had to determine the line of sight to make it possible for these masts to communicate with each other. I have to determine the topography of the environment. And so these are how surveying contributed into ICT and made this technology to work for our benefit. Now, surveying and security. Rapid development, or let's say development, can only take place where there is security of lives and properties. The situation in northeast Nigeria and Ukraine recently is an indication that where there is an insurgence, war, or high state of insecurity, resources that should be used for the development will be drawn towards ensuring defense and protection of lives and property. Moreover, investors will lack confidence in such an economy and thus take their money elsewhere. There is guarantee of safety and security of their investment. Invariably, insecurity hampers development. So, surveying can enhance effective security and also the protection of territorial integrity of a nation. When the nation is properly mapped and its boundaries demarcated, and all the entry and exit routes well defined, the government can easily monitor the influx of foreigners, bandits, and external aggressors to checkmate their activities. So, surveying is to map the boundary of the nation in order to prevent, and while mapping the boundary, all the entry points to a nation, all the exit points to a nation, or even a state, will be determined from this map data, from this locational data. And with such data, the government will be able to monitor all these exits and entry routes, and thereby prevent the activities of aggressors, bandits, and people who are criminally minded. If the law enforcement agencies are provided with maps showing in the cityscape all the entry and exit routes, flashpoints of criminal activities, and other indices of crime that will be represented on a map or GIS database, then curbing crimes and criminals will be a proactive measure and not a knee-jerk approach currently being adopted by our government. For example, the perpetrator of robbery that happened at Shia very recently could have been nabbed if such a tool is available for the police. And lastly, surveying and pandemic. In the year 2020, the whole world was thrown into panic due to the outbreak of coronavirus, also known as COVID-19. Most nations of the world went into lockdown to prevent spread. For the few months that the lockdown persisted, development ceased. Human activities were restricted and people were isolated in their homes. Several other people died. Now listen to this. In the speech delivered by the President of NIS, Sir C.D. Charles, the immediate past president, at the 2021 AGM, he emphasized the importance of surveying in controlling the spread of COVID-19. He said, a great role was played by incidents or situation mapping, which presented graphically to the world the challenge we face and helped to drive home support for efforts of World Health Organization and other health management agencies, both local and international. This goes to show the power of social information and management. The situational maps that shows the spread of the coronavirus. If you watch CNN, you watch local TV stations, there are maps that indicate area where the spread, the virus has grown in large proportion, area where the virus has not had much effect. Are made possible by surveillance. And these maps made the government, the World Health Organization, local agencies, what do we have here in Nigeria, the organization that manages the spread of diseases, we made them to take informed decisions that enables government to curtail the spread of the diseases beyond necessary. So in conclusion, as I've said earlier, the short notice given to me to prepare this paper did not permit me to point out several other areas where surveying contribute largely to societal development. Nonetheless, the few areas that were examined are critical to the development of any society. And as we can see from the above, surveying is designed for a norm for meaningful societal development. Thank you, society.
Let's have a of the